no pun intended between stocks, gap, whatever. No pun intended. There was still a gap, an empty space in my life. And what was that space, right? For me, it was loneliness. There was loneliness and a fear of not having enough money to be free, but more so, loneliness. And what does that derive from, right? I think as a person, what I find the most joy in is feeling like I make a difference in other people's lives. And the stock market, AMC, can be a tool to do that for others. Now, why am I even talking about this, right? Why even bring this up? Well, I think it's important to be able to take a step back and reflect on the things that have happened in the past that you can celebrate, right? The impact that you've made on other people's lives. Because sometimes you don't know you're making an impact on somebody until it happens, you know? I've had people in my life that I never thought in a million years I'd think back on the moments that we shared together because it was just nonchalant, regular, everyday stuff. But if you've been a part of this journey, this process for months and months and months, back in January, February, March, April, May, whatever time frame you got in, right? Look back and think about how much you've grown, all the things you've learned, the friends you made, the hard times you've endured, because the hard times build strength, and that's the fucking character behind people. I think it's important to remember that humanity and the difference you make in other people's lives, you know? I don't know why I felt the need to say that, but it was on my mind today. I want to share that message, and I guess that's what I've got for this freaking video.
So I like that message. And like when the AMC event all started, I mean, you guys saw me. I can go to my YouTube and show you guys probably close to $5,000 to $10,000 of super chats I was sending to every YouTube streamer saying AMCDD and all this other stuff. Now, I'm pretty defensive. And so when I'm trying to do something like make a stock like AMC MOAS, and I'm putting in 5, 6, 7, 8 hours of live stream on YouTube every day, I'm living it. And so I just want to take Trey's words right there and then talk a little bit about my experience with Trey and what effect he's had on my life. And maybe not just Trey, but all the YouTubers, the AMC event, everything that really happened. And I don't know, I got a couple bones to pick with Trey. Like, I've never heard him resolve issues that I've had. And maybe that's my fault. Maybe that's my bad. Maybe I shouldn't have bones to pick with him. But for example, before he did the first interview with the AMC CEO, he was saying that he's not for dilution. And then all of a sudden, a week before the interview, he starts saying things like, I'm not for dilution, but if the facts change, if a new situation presents itself, I'm going to look at the facts and then I'm going to do what I think is right. And the first dilution that the CEO tried to push on the AMC apes was for 500 million shares when there was only 500 million shares inside the actual stock. And so basically they were asking for 100% dilution, and it was trading around $10 a share back then. And so they were basically asking for $5 billion in cash. And then on top of that, they were asking for the ownership of their company back. And so basically, I was trying to stay ahead of the game when AMC was going down. I didn't want to be reactionary. Instead, I wanted to be looking at everything that's happening and then form a conclusion of what I thought was going to happen. And when I saw Trey start creating an avenue to promote dilution, I took it very personally. And I started trying to point out flaws of Trey's character, of Trey's research. And I never really got an answer. So here's the thing. I started to blow up on YouTube. And it was with one of my videos about Trey and AMC and the CEO. And with that, Trey saw it as, I've never talked to Trey in my life. I mean, outside maybe him reading my super chat or something. But he had, basically, I was in contact with one of his people. And one of his people brought me into a Discord room And in this Discord room, like, I was supposed to work with Trey and interview the AMC CEO with Trey. Now, I went into that Discord with one rule, that no matter what happens, no matter what they decide to publish, I'm allowed to talk about everything the way that it went down. And they laughed me off like that's not a big deal. Of course you can do that. And then as soon as I got in there, they said that I couldn't be the person that I wanted to be the person that I was on my YouTube, asking the questions that I actually had. And so I decided to walk away from it because, same day I got in there, after maybe 30, 45 minutes of conversation, I just said, okay, well, this doesn't seem right for me, and I need to walk away from this. Now, shortly after this happened, shortly after the AMC interviewed with Trey, the AMC CEO, and again verified they weren't going to sell any of their 43 million shares till 2022, that's when I made my big bet, and that's when I lost money and people invested with me and lost money, and Trey used that opportunity to have me, let's say, excommunicated from the AMC group. Now, maybe some of that was my fault. Maybe the way I reacted to his video and the threat of a lawsuit turned a lot of people off. But it wasn't like people just left my channel. That's not what happened. In fact, people stayed with my channel for another 2 months as we went into May and June. And what really happened was his whole following came to my channel to tell me I'm a horrible human being and to spread messages that, like, the God Pill's a lunatic or whatever. And I'm hearing about people posting little short clips about me, saying stuff on Twitter, and it's obviously the stuff that, like, I'm live streaming for 8 hours. Like, you're hearing who I am when I talk. Like, it's not some skit. I didn't think about what I was going to go on and say and then say it. No, I was logged on and just living my life, showing you guys how I research and what I'm thinking about and all these other things. And it went well. And so really, after that happened, I got a ton of hate, and anyone from that side just really never gave me a chance again. But then there were still a ton of AMC followers that did follow me, because the big jump from $12 to $75 hadn't happened yet, and I was still in it to win it and showing people how that was going to happen. And I understand that through everything that I have, like, blame Trey for hurting me or not being, or like accusing Trey of not being a good person. Like, I don't actually know that. It just felt that it was headed in that direction, and so I walked away. And so what I'm trying to get at is there's a possibility, like, when I listen to Trey's words, when I listen to him talk, I like what he got to say. Like, he sounds like a decent person if that's what he lives by. But maybe he's a little bit more conservative than I am. And so maybe he doesn't want to build his channel around AMC all day, every day, and let's Moas. Like, obviously he's in for the short squeeze, but maybe he's not in it for the Moas. And that's another question that I have. So, like, he never looks at the Reddit research. Here's my issue. The AMC movement is divided right now. And I think it's divided by the amount of contact you're getting from your certain type of social media. So let's say it's Reddit or YouTube or Twitter. And between YouTube, like, you've got to look at which YouTuber they're following. And I don't know. I would love to find a way where Trey can, like, even if I'm not involved, I would love to be involved. I mean, I've shown I can tone it down when I need to tone it down. I can be exactly who I need to be, as long as I don't feel like people are working against me and people are attacking what the end goal really is. And so if Trey could get all the people that have a decent following of AMC stock to come together and have not a meeting with the AMC CEO, but instead just the influencers, and come together for one big meeting, then we could get a solution. Like, we could get a game plan. We could talk out the facts, see who likes what, who doesn't like what, and then talk through the math and all the, like, it's very basic stuff. We're not talking about options or anything. And just talk about what we're really after. And I just feel like from the Reddit to the YouTube to the Twitter, like, there is disconnection. Some people are looking for a couple $100. Some people are looking for a couple thousand. Some people are looking for more than that. And some people are looking for a MOAS. And if the MOAS isn't going to happen, then that conversation needs to be had. And everyone needs to be on the same page. And right now, I feel like the AMC community is not all exactly sure what the same page really means. And I think that this evolved from a short squeeze to a mother of all short squeeze. And some people got the message and some people didn't. And I'd really love for everybody to get the same message and to really understand what's happening here. I hope Trey watches this. I hope we find something out. Again, I don't got to be part of it, but I would gladly help throw out some ideas of what this would look like and how you can be part of it.